What's going on, my Sith friends? Darth KIMCHI here. We're in Grand Arena, and it's gonna be a real good show. So what I'm trying to do is help all these good people coming up through the divisions dominate by the time you reach Division 4. Now, if you're in earlier divisions, I've got some good friends that are in Division 12, 11, 10. You should try to start farming this stuff as soon as you can. That way you'll be ready. I'm going to put out helpful content on counters, rosters you'll face, what you should be farming now. So let's get straight into it. All right, you see it there, Division 4, but let's go to Darth KIMCHI's roster. So as you see it here, I am now at 3.1 galactic power. So that immediately pushes me into Division 3. So we're going to go over my roster and what you need to start working on. So first, we'll just talk about what I'm, farming now, what I'm working on. So 5s and Chewie for the 5s Chewie gas counter. My gas is already set. I need to make sure 5s is 6-dot mods are good. Make sure Chewie's modded correctly. Then I need Jedi Knight Anakin to be higher. I also need to start working on some of his potency, because if Nest can sometimes solo Padme, you got to make sure Jedi Knight Anakin does have some potency. All right, and then you need Snips. Snips is a great character. To relic her, needs so much of all these ability mats here. This is crazy. She needs like 100 of these, so she's taking a while. Need to relic Snips. And then Moff Gideon, I don't think I need to relic him. I've got him pretty fast. I might leave him where he's at for this next coming up Grand Arena to just see how he does. Of course, Wat Tambor. Now, you get this through your guild and through the guild raid. Or not the raid, but like the battle. So I'll have him at 6 stars here in a couple of days. Plo Koon, because I need a 5th for my Padme squad. And I feel like he is going to be good to go in the future. I think they're going to make a turn towards Jedi and the Jedi Council again. So he might be pretty good. And I've seen some Arnold videos that he's done some massive damage. Now, of course, Arnold has crazy mods and he's a whale, but I see some potential from him. Better than R2-D2. And then, of course, slowly, Wampa and Lando, I'm heading towards to get Jedi Knight Luke. So I'm going to do one at a time. And the reason why I'm doing Lando is because the higher you go with your relics, you got to have team for team. It's counter for counter. So Lando will be a good lead for Han and Chewie. I've been experimenting with CLS, 3PO, and 2PO on defense. So I need a lead for the scoundrels. And he gives them speed, crit damage. All right. And then, of course, Aura Singh. So I've seen Arnold putting out videos of Aura Singh and the bounty hunters taking out Darth Revan. That's awesome. Now, of course, I'm sure they need crazy speed mods, but I've got some pretty good mods saved up. So hopefully with Aura, I highly recommend her, because on her contract, we'll take a look at it. On her contract, you just use an ability, any ability, while buffed only 10 times. So with Grief Karga doing a mass assist and Bosk doing a mass assist, basically you already trigger the contract. And so by the time it comes up to Mando's turn, he's already going to have a disintegrate. So this is going to be a pretty amazing team. So I highly recommend farming Aura Singh for your bounty hunters. All right, now let's take a look at some squads. So I definitely think you should be farming and what you should have by the time you get to Division 4. Now, okay, I understand they say it's all about fun, but that's definitely not. Okay, yes, it's about fun, but you got to be competitive. You got to have a good roster. You got to have counters. So if it was all about fun, I would still be using Mace Windu. He was my first 7-star character. All right, so let's go through the roster. So I highly recommend getting Nest. If you're coming up through the divisions, I know she's in ships, maybe a little hard. Let's see where she's at. All right, let's take a look at Enfys Nest. Where can we find her? So she's in Fleet Battles 5D. So I know that's in hard. Now, you're in early in divisions. You might not be up to that. But try to get to that and start farming her. Ever since they put the 2 shards per drop, I farmed her quickly. And as you can tell, there's no kind of journey you have to take to get Enfys Nest. You can just go straight after her once you get to that fleet battle. Now, on offense, she's like a team by herself. So you can solo, coming up to the division, you probably solo anything. But also, if you put her on defense, they probably wouldn't clear through you. It's hard to take out Nest. Not many people have Nest when you're coming up. So highly recommend her. That's why I have her up top. She's a squad by herself. So I count her as an offensive squad. She can take out, basically, in Division 4, any garbage they put in the back wall, or sometimes a decent team. She can take them out solo. All right. So you got to have your one big team. Most people, it's Darth Revan. I didn't get Darth Revan coming up, and I made a mistake. So I highly recommend Darth Revan as well. If you're paying attention, I made a mistake. That's one of my mistakes, is not getting Darth Revan. I went after Beskar Mando, and we all know that's hot trash. So Gas is my big squad. Now, Gas in the 501st, I have them at Relic 4s, Rex at Relic 5, just because he's like a squishy noodle, and then 5s is a thick boy at Relic 7. So Rex, if you can get him to 313 speed, 313 is like the magical number, I believe, to where he will outrun all Darth Revan squads in 5v5. And then 3v3, 313. He'll outrun all Darth Revan squads. At 313 with 5v5, because he gets extra speed from the 501st, you're gravy. So my Gas outruns all Darth Revans. I use Gas to take out everything. Now, he is a counter for Sith Lord Kylo Ren. I've done it like 3 out of 5 times. I did some remodding, so it'll work this time again. All right, so that's Gas in the 501st. And comment below, if you want me to do like any kind of modding recommendations or in-depth on anything, please let me know. I'll be happy to do that. Next, I've got my CLS squad. So CLS is now viable again, especially with Chewbacca, this guy right here. Chewbacca is amazing. I highly recommend him. He just powers up the CLS squad. Let's go back to the main wall. So, of course, you got Han, mod for crit damage, crit chance. C-3PO, highly recommended. He's great with CLS. I would think he's better with CLS than Padme. Comment below if you believe the other way around. I think he's great with CLS because he exposes, they counter. So my C-3PO is pretty high potency. 157%. How high is the potency on your C-3PO? I had him like 100%, 105, 110, something like that, but he just wasn't landing. At 157 potency, he lands everything. He's debuffing all the time. All right, go back to the main wall. And of course, you got Chewbacca. I'm having some issue and problems. I've noticed the SLKR counter, he doesn't really go for Chewbacca. So I might change the defense back to crit damage and keep the tenacity, because you want high tenacity on Chewbacca. He assists all the time, and I can't stand it when he gets stunned and ability blocked. So my Chewie is at 95% potency. I feel he still gets stunned, debuffed. He needs to be at like 115% tenacity, and he'd be rocking and rolling. All right. Let's go back to the main wall. So I don't want to make this too long of a video, but like I said, if you want some in-depth and how to mod any squad, please let me know. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to help you out. All right. Then you've got to have Jedi Knight Revan. So Jedi Knight Revan, of course, if you have Darth Revan, you're going to get him. So mine's modded pretty quick. My Jedi Knight Revan squad, he's at like 306 speed. Grandmaster Yoda's at like 296. So this is a massive squad here. They are used to take out Padme easily. They could take out General Grievous easily. So you've got to have every team. Like, I recommend a lot of these teams. You're going to have Jedi Knight Revan because you're going to go with Darth Revan. So you got to get him. I run him with Shakti because she needs a home. I don't have her with 501st anymore. And then, of course, I have Grandmaster Yoda. I feel he's got a rework coming. You got Vader hitting for almost 1 million damage. That's crazy. You got Jolie. He hits like a noodle, but he just keeps your Jedi alive. So highly recommend him. I have not Relic Basilisk Sean because you got to be careful with your relics. Also careful with your Zetas. Don't go crazy with that stuff. It just makes it harder and harder and harder. Like if you have, 10 tunes that are all Relic 7 and you have nothing else after that, you're going to lose. So well-balanced roster. I think I have a really good well-balanced roster. Comment below, let me know. So I haven't Relic Basilisk Sean yet. I feel like what I use them for, she's not needed. But then again, I am in Division 3, so I'll update that later. Next is Padme. So you're going to run through Padme. You got to get Padme. She is a great counter for brain fart. Kylo Ren unmasked. So 8 out of 10 times, or let's say 10 out of 10 times, if your opponent has Kylo Ren unmasked, they are going to be on defense. 10 out of 10 times they are on defense. So you need a Padme squad. And the way I have them modded here in Relic, I usually don't have problems taking out any squad. Well, I won't say any because I don't want to say that, but I've taken out Relic 7s, Kylo Ren unmasked, Kylo, and like Fox. So I think they're pretty good where they're at. Like I said, I am working on snips. And R2-D2, I feel like he needs a rework. I don't even use him in 3v3. I put him with IG-11 and Queel. So I'm going after Plo Koon to replace R2. Plo Koon gives turn meter. He gives defense up. He takes away buffs on his basic, just like snips. So if I had 2 people in there taking away buffs with their basics, I think that'd be pretty cool. Next, you got your bounty hunters. Comment below who loves the bounty hunters. One of my favorite factions, coming up when I was younger, watching Star Wars. You're always going to see some type of bounty hunters on defense, some kind of combination. So I've got Boss with Grief Karga. Highly recommend Grief Karga. He's amazing with the bounty hunters. He basically like supercharges them, with his mass assist right here, bring them in cold. They're going to trigger the contract quickly, especially with Aura Singh. So I would probably just replace Dengar with Aura Singh lead, and I'd put in Bosk. So basically, Bosk taunts, gets Frenzy. Grief Karga, once Bosk goes and puts buffs up, Grief Karga is going to go mass assist. Then Bosk going to go right immediately afterward because of Frenzy. It triggers the contract right away. So this is going to be an amazing squad. So more content coming up on that. I'm farming Aura Singh as quick as I can. She's a pain. All right, let's go back to the main wall. So like I said, you're always going to see some type of bounty hunter squad on defense. So make sure you have a team prepared for that. I kind of sometimes I'll use Vader. You don't really see like full relic bounty hunters. It's always like Bosk, one of the Mandos or bounty hunters, and then Dengar. So you don't have to use too high of a team. Usually like a good B team. Sometimes I'll solo it, or not solo it. I'll just use Vader and like Moff Gideon or Thrawn. So it's usually an underman, but they're cool to have. I hope they have a rework coming, especially with the Mandalorian Season 3 coming. And then you've got General Grievous. So General Grievous is awesome. You're always going to see a General Grievous team on defense. I would say 9 out of 10 times. I've actually come across people who've used them for offense. But on defense, they are banner strippers. So they're going to get taken out. But with General Grievous basically putting out massive damage every time you take out a droid, it's a banner stealer. So you're going to have this squad, or make sure you have a counter for it. I said Jedi Knight Revan counters them pretty easily. Then you've got my funnest squad to use. My Vader lead with Moff Gideon, Thrawn, Wat Tambor, and Bastila Shan Fallen. So I don't have Darth Revan yet. So Bastila Shan Fallen is with Vader. Because the videos I do is Thrawn's quick. My Thrawn is, let's take a look at him. So comment below, how fast is your Thrawn? Let's take a look. My Thrawn is 330 speed. That's awesome. I think I've seen one faster, but he was in like Division 2. I think I was just looking at his roster. It's like 335, but 330, that's amazing. So with that kind of speed, He's first, right after Wat Tambor. I passed the turn meter over to Bashalon Sean Fallen, and it's pretty much over after that because she puts out all the debuffs, the fear, and then Moff Gideon goes right afterwards. I have the turns down perfect. I love watching videos I make of them. So he puts out Demoralize, gets Vader offense, and when Vader goes into Merciless, you take out anyone with the first Coaling Blade. I've put content out. I've got a TikTok with videos like that. It's pretty cool. All right. So that's my favorite squad. You've got to have Vader. You know, I've seen Vader's used in basically every good counter out there. He takes out GLs. You've got to have Darth Vader. I've seen people in Division 4 I've gone against who don't even have a Relic Vader. Like, what are you thinking? Slap your hand. Work on Vader. All right. Next is, like I said, if you have any questions on any of these tunes, please let me know. I'd be happy to help you out. You're going to dominate, so don't worry. Don't worry. All right. And now, Darth Traya, Scion, Nihilus. Don't have a home for Palpatine, so he's there. And then, of course, I got the Sith Trooper for taunting. All right. So this squad, it took me forever to start working on Traya. You know, I just don't know why I didn't. But you're going to get here through your guild. So make sure you're part of a good guild that's going after Traya, that can get enough Traya shards. I get top 10 in the Sith raid. So got her pretty quick. She is great for Geos. She can counter Padme easily, I found out. But I usually have her strictly modded to take out Geos. A high Relic Traya can almost solo bugs. As long as there's not a Relic Spy, you can pretty much take out Geos by yourself. So that's great. Scion's amazing. I highly recommend his Zeta. Look at his Zeta. Take a look at it. So this Held by Hatred. With the Zeta, he gets it quickly. He's amazing. And then, of course, Darth Nihilus. I feel like with Relic Traya and Scion, I haven't had a need to Relic Nihilus. You know, it goes pretty well with just those three like that. Like I said, Palpatine needs a home, so he's in there. And Sith Trooper to taunt, right out of the gate. Pretty good squad. So I highly recommend working on Darth Traya. Get her through your guild. Start gearing her. She's using counters for GLs with Vader and Thrawn, I've seen. There's some great people on YouTube making great content. You know, I got some good people in my description. Make sure you check them out too. All right, and then you got your Geos. So you got to have Geos. You get the best plug-and-play tune since early Rex days. You get Wat Tambor. Wat Tambor and Thrawn, best two, top 3 characters in the game that are not GL. And Vader's number 1. So the way that I have them modded and reliced, I get a Wat shard easily. So I've thought about getting them higher, but like I said, it's relic for relic when you get to Division 4. You know, don't go too crazy. You've got to have a well-balanced roster. I probably will start to relic them more, maybe especially Brood. But this right here is great. You know, I don't have Malevolence yet, but when I do, I probably will relic Sunfac as well. But this is a great squad. You know, I've seen a YouTube content out there where a Geo squad with a high relic Poggle with a high potency has taken out Darth Revan. That's crazy. Or I believe it was a GL, I think. I think it was Sith Lord Kylo Ren. It was a GL. So next you've got Newt. So Newt's a great character. You know, I like his debuff. It's pretty cool to take a look at it. So this Dubious Dealings, when he puts out Extortion, he's pretty cool. He's pretty quick. Gets that Extortion out, puts speed down. You got Count Dooku, Asajj. Jango gets damage immediately in the beginning of the battle because of Separatist lead. And then Night Sister Zombie taunts right out of the gate, and it's hard to take her out. This team is kind of like a sneaky team. You know, on defense, it usually gets a couple of holds. It gets underestimated. So it's a pretty good squad. And then Dooku's awesome for the stun, shock, the counter he does. So pretty good little squad. You got to have those sneaky teams. And then I've got Beskar Mando. So one of the biggest mistakes I've made in the game. So hopefully something comes up in Mandalorian Season 3 where this team becomes good. It's like a hodgepodge team. I spent so much money during last Christmas getting these tunes, and I was hoping they would be able to take out Darth Revan pretty easily, and that's not the case. I've got my boy DARTH working on that, so maybe I'll pick it back up. But that's where they're at. And then I've got the Bears. You need C-3PO. He's amazing. This squad right here got me C-3PO easily. Quick tip, Papalu should be the fastest. He gets a speed boost at the beginning of the game. You pass that Terminator over to Ewok Elder, and she gives Terminator on basic. Wicket throws out that AoE and gets more Terminator. So this team is pretty quick. High speed Ewok team would be pretty cool. And of course, in the bottom, I have Shore Trooper. Highly recommend him. He is needed for the Vader Shore Trooper Watt counter to Sith Eternal. So I'm building that up. I did a video last time where I was going to make sure he got Relic, and he is ready to go. So he gets protection from his Relic. Gets protection, armor, health. So he can be pretty thick. So mine is at 74,000 health, 100,000 protection. He's got about 58% armor. So he's ready to go. Highly recommend that. So let's go back. And up here, up top, I have my offense for 3v3, my defense. And you've got to make sure you have, like here, you got to have your Ray Killer for your GLs, your Sith Eternal. You see that there. Vader, Watt, Shore Trooper. It's ready to go. Then you have your Sith Lord Kylo Ren. So I highly recommend that. So I hope this was helpful. This is the kind of roster you're going to be facing when you go into my division. I have probably the best well-balanced roster without a GL, and I'm building those counters. I'll be ready for next Grand Arena. So I hope this helped out. Like I said, hit the like button if you enjoyed it. Let's all sub and grow together. Until next time, Darth Kimchi signing out.